Morning everyone, this is Laura, the quarantined gardener. I said I'd come back this week and show you how the perennial transplants last week are doing after a week. And just to say, quite difficult conditions. I'll just show you, this was the shrub bed. So there were some dead shrubs that I dug out and are being used for firewood in the evenings, which is a lovely cycle. But the front of the bed, where say this primula has been transplanted, as you can see it's doing fine. Is very dry. It's all builder's rubble at the front of the bed. Towards the back it's much richer and much easier situation for the plants to take. But as you can see, primula doing fine after a week of quite difficult weather. Very cold north winds at the beginning of the week, frost in the middle of the week, and then we've had baking sunshine, as we know, and yet the transplants have taken. So you can see the campanula here a little bit less thriving than I'd like. It's still doing okay though, it still has taken, so it's like we'll see how that continues over time. Another campanula one, just to show you, they've all taken actually, and while they look a little bit wilty, they're doing well so far. And you know, they're a week in, so if things are doing well after a week, I would have great hope for them. And just so you know, the usual pattern when you transplant a perennial is they look wilty for a day or two and then they recover. And that's a real sign that they're going to take. So, you know, they're the primula and campanula clumps, and I'll just go into the bed further and show you some of the other transplants and how they're doing. So this is part of that campion, transplanted whole over the campion clump. As you can see, happy out. I knew almost day one, not a problem. Has taken great, and I'd be hoping for flowers a little bit later than in the clumps in the garden, just because of the transplant, but I'd still be expecting flowers from these, you know, in about a month's time. Okay, and then these are the leucanthemum, or the large white flower daisies, and again they were quite wilty when they first were put in because they have large leaf, but even by that night they were looking like this, and I knew they would take, and they're very easy to transplant. So just to say to any of you, if you have leucanthemum plants, very easy to split, divide, and they really do transplant very well. They're tough as old boots and will take great. And you can see here's another clump of the leucanthemum put in behind this tree stump, and it's replacing one of the dead hebes in the bed, and it'll be lovely to see a mass of white flowers. I'll come back later in the summer to show you those behind that tree stump. The feverfew seedling doing great, has really taken well. More of the campion, and then I transplanted anemone, very small little anemone, but again this is a beautiful double flowered deep pink with a yellow center anemone, and that's really for late colour, that's for more like August September colour. Herbaceous geranium, and again that's taken. I wasn't sure because these were quite small and I wasn't sure if I had enough root, but I don't really have worries about any of the transplants. And that herbaceous geranium is Roxanne, beautiful variety with a deep blue flower, and will really add lovely splashes of colour to the bed. So I just thought I'd give you all an update on how all of the transplants are doing well. Now they have been watered once in the morning, once in the evening for the week. That's the only care they've got, and for a very dry bed and a bed that's very exposed to that cold wind at the beginning of the week, they're doing fine. And as you can see, I just put in a little clump of pansies at the very front of the bed, just to give a little bit of cheer to everybody in the estate here. A lot of the people in this estate are cocooned, and so their only walk really is, they pick their times, but they do come around the green in the estate, so to just add a little bit of colour so that people are feeling that uplift of spirit which we all need, and hopefully that will give you heart in the resilience of the plants. That's what really came to me there, is resilience is the quality to be dug up and exposed to, you know, difficult soil conditions towards the front of the bed. Very difficult, very challenging weather conditions for a transplant. It wouldn't be what you'd be hoping for, would be humid and showers or heavy rain to give the roots a chance to establish, and not much wind, and it didn't get any of those conditions. So very hopeful of the resilience. Okay everybody, bye.